Scooby. He's a sleepy, sleepy boy today. Well, tonight. It is nighttime. Hey, my baby. Alright, you guys, welcome back to a brand new episode. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning on in. Hope y'all are having a great day. So, for today, I figured it's a nice kind of like end of summer sweet treat. There's just kind of like a few summer movies that I want to discuss that we haven't gotten to yet. So that's what kind of like these last couple of weeks of September are going to be leading into October, and we have a whole bunch planned, y'all already know. But we are going to be discussing Hell of a Summer. Came out just this year.
So it actually came out in 2023. My bad.
And I bought it on Amazon. I don't know if you can watch it on Netflix. You might be able to.
Again, it can be streamed on Hulu or Disney Plus.
But it's a fun, kind of campy, I guess, summer classic. I don't know, so you could say campy. It's in a camp. But it's just like one of your kind of classic summer camp slasher movies. So it feels a little nostalgic, but it's also very new. And I think what it does well is like it's kind of subverted humor. There's some instances in it where I was like, okay, this is funny. Like, I enjoy this. It's fun. But I don't know as though I would necessarily reach towards this movie again. I do feel like it has a immaturity to it almost, which I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just something that I don't identify with in a movie. And I think once you find out like who the writers and directors are and everything, it makes sense. So like I'm not being judgmental of it in that regard, you know? I'm sure I don't know about Billy Brick, but Finn Wolfhard, I believe this is one of his first films that he has written and directed. So we're going to go easy. I do think it's an enjoyable movie. I think there's a certain age range that would probably enjoy this movie a bit more, but I do enjoy what it does well. So again, directed and written by Billy Brick and Finn Wolfhard, produced by 30 West and Aggregate Films, distributed by Neon. Budget was $3 million. And box office brought in about $3.2 million. So in movie standards, not a success, but camp counselor Jason thinks his biggest problem is feeling out of touch with his teenage coworkers. What he doesn't know is that a mysterious masked killer is lurking on the campgrounds, brutally picking off victims one by one. So, I mean, it's your classic narrative. In that regard, nothing new. But I think the characters, how they're written, and the acting choices, you know, from there on out are fresh.
We were talking by the fire, and...
Does head mean anything to you?
She blew you?
What? No, I blew her.
Finn Wolfhard plays Chris. Billy Brick is Bobby. Fred Hetchinger is Jason. Hardis Sarami is Demi. Abby Quinn plays Claire. Krista Nazari is Shannon. Daniel Gravel is Ari. Matthew Finlan plays Ezra. And Defero Wunate plays Mike. So, yeah. Diving on in, I would say this is way more of a horror comedy. So if like direct horror is not your thing, this is probably more up your alley. I would say like gore violence wise, it's a steady... It's moderate. Like, it's a slasher movie, so you're going to get that. Owners of Camp Pineway, John and Kathy, are relaxing by the campground's lakeside one night. John is murdered when an acoustic guitar is shoved into his mouth, while Kathy has a knife inserted into her skull. The killer, an individual donning a devil mask, slips away into the night. Great opener, you know. I always love a movie that kind of begins with not just a kill, but like something creative, you know, sets the tone. 11 counselors arrive at the campgrounds a day early to ensure opening operations go smoothly.
26%.
What?
Kids who have allergies
are 26% more likely to develop social anxiety than those without. Did you know that? Huh?
No.
Enjoy your privilege.
Among them is 24-year-old Jason Hochberg, a frequent returner and admirer of the camp who is repeatedly nitpicked for his age.
And you are? Seriously? We've gone to camp together for 8 years. Holy shit, Matt!
Now, Jason's character, like, I don't know, you feel sympathetic for. Like, I feel sympathetic for Jason. He's kind of, like, made to be the butt of the jokes. I don't know if, like, we are supposed to feel bad for him or if we're supposed to be feeling like, oh no, it is a little weird. I don't know. I don't know where I stand, and I'm not sure if the movie is trying to be satirical about him or about the others' perceptions of him. Does that make sense? Jason is given temporary leadership after finding a note that informs him of an emergency between John and Kathy.
Claire,
What?
I think they're seeing if I can run the camp without them.
Though initially hopeful, Jason quickly doubts his decision to revisit the job and finds it difficult to connect with the other counselors, which include his ex-girlfriend, Claire. You do get a lot of, like, the social aspect. I think this movie takes a little bit to get going. Like, it does a good job of taking its time establishing who its characters are. So in that sense, I do appreciate it. You do get to understand them a bit more, but it also feels a little bit heavy-handed with the satirical aspect of it. Like, I know it's there. But every single character almost feels like a satire of something. Like, you have the guys that are oddly really, like, progressive, but then you also see how they treat the vegan in the group.
Well done or bloody? Just kidding.
What's out? That's disgusting.
And, like, it's odd. I don't know how dismissive but accepting the characters are, the writing is, I should say. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this movie if I break it down too much.
Come on, just do it, pussy! What? Huh? What did you just call me?
I'm about to risk my life for your entertainment and you call me a pussy. Stunts off.
Just as a teen slasher kind of horror comedy, it works. Just as that. If you think about it too hard, which I think is any slasher movie, it starts to feel wishy-washy. So, just don't think about it. The group splits up once night comes. Demi, a popular social media influencer, is violently slaughtered inside of her cabin. While doing routine checkups, Jason finds her body in bed and begs the group, who believes he's playing a prank, to escape the property.
And saying that Demi's been killed.
You guys stole my fucking murder mystery party idea, didn't you?
Everyone heads to her cabin, only to discover her corpse is no longer present.
She was just right there.
It could be stage blood.
Noelle, a girl obsessed with spirits and the occult, horrifies the group by stating the blood in the bed is Demi's.
Definitely Demi.
Everyone races to their cars, only to find that the engines won't start. During the chaos, two more counselors, Miley and Mike, are seemingly killed in the mess hall.
It's beyond meat.
While barricading themselves in a cabin, the remaining group notices that the aforementioned duo are missing.
We're gonna be okay.
Really? Because Demi's been slaughtered, Mike and Miley are probably next, and none of us have our phone.
After a randomized card drawing,
3, 2, 1. Queen! Yes!
Ezra, Jason, and Ari leave the cabin to search for them. Inside of the mess hall, they discover Miley's severed head inside of the fridge, causing them to flee in terror and get split up.
Are you okay?
Where is everyone?
I don't know.
Now again, with this kind of following the premise of your typical teen slasher, I would say a decent amount of the characters are pretty insufferable, but in a good way. You know, like, and truth be told, actually, like, not that many people die. Like, it's not a total bloodbath. That's why I was hesitant to say that it's really super gory. There are aspects of gore in it, but it's not, like, crazy hit you over the head. You know what I mean? Ari is abducted and stabbed with a knife coated in peanut butter due to his life-threatening peanut allergy. Now, I love, sorry, but I love the whole arc with the freaking peanut allergy. The whole spiel that we get in the beginning about how it's like a disability and whatnot. I mean, eye roll. It's just so much. But I think this movie does do a good job of making the characters actually very likable. So, like, you kind of don't want to see them die. But at the same time, they're also very insufferable. So it's like, you can understand. The killer drags his lifeless body away. Ezra returns to the group only to get accidentally maced with bear spray.
Oh, sorry, dude. I thought you were the killer.
You screamed ghost.
Tensions skyrocket after a Ouija board reading, along with adamant reasoning from Ezra, which deduces that Jason is the killer.
What? Jason Hoshberg! He's the killer!
No! Wait,
Bobby, believing that he killed everyone due to their attractiveness, ties him up. Again, when I say these characters are insufferable. Claire saves Jason and the two escape into the woods. Claire affirms that they need to flee the property, but Jason decides to rush back to save them instead. I will say this, Jason's character, I do feel bad for him. It does feel like he just wants the best for everyone, and they just keep ragging on him, they blame him, and just... it adds more to the frustration, I think, that I feel for the other characters. Claire leaves the area in hopes of finding help, while the rest of the counselors search for assistance. Noelle is stabbed and subsequently murdered by having her head bashed in with a rock. Two killers appear, each with an identical outfit and mask. The killers, revealed to be Demi and Mike, began the killing spree as a ploy for media success and internet fame.
I had a few close calls with the guy. Real psycho.
Not necessarily the most original motive, I must say. Like, really, as soon as Instagram became a thing, we started seeing movies talk about that. And now, really, like 15 years in, it feels Jason arrives and is knocked out by Mike. Meanwhile, Ezra is murdered after the killer swings an axe into his head.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Chris narrowly escapes and regroups with Shannon, but Bobby is chased by Mike into a cabin. Claire smashes a bottle onto Mike's head. A lengthy scuffle ensues between Bobby and Mike, and amidst the altercation, the cabin is set ablaze. Bobby eventually slits Mike's throat, killing him. Meanwhile, Claire, armed with a bow and arrow, discovers Jason tied to a chair with Demi holding a knife to his throat. Jason repeats an earlier archery lesson, and Claire shoots an arrow into Demi's eye. Claire stomps the arrowhead into her skull before running away with Jason. He saves Bobby from the burning cabin. The remaining survivors all join together. Shannon affirms her love for Chris, while Jason and Claire share a kiss, effectively rekindling their relationship. Now, it's very corny, guys. It's a very corny movie. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't know. Again, I want to be more understanding with this movie, I would say. I think it's a good go. I do. I think this would probably be more fun to watch with like a group of friends, maybe, you know, after having a campfire, something like that, you know, like this is perfect for just summer, relaxing, having more of a good laugh than a good scare, you know what I mean? So I'm here for it in that regard. I do find it one that I find a little bit harder to rewatch. Again, I just don't think like a lot of slasher movies are my cup of tea, but this feels like a very new slasher movie as well, while still paying homage, I guess, to where it came from. So in that regard, I do enjoy it. But let me know your thoughts, guys. Did you like this movie? Did you see it? I just didn't hear too much buzz about it, but it seems like a movie that a lot of work went into, so, you know, I will appreciate that. But thank you so much for tuning on in, guys. I wanted to do kind of like a last hurrah for summer, I guess, well into September. But this movie is a feel-good vibe, so I highly recommend checking it out. Thank you so much as always, y'all. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, like and subscribe, all that. Everyone has a great rest of their day. I will catch you in the next one. Take care.